We saw Greg Little going on IR yesterday. How was he injured? Is it season ending? And who's the backup left tackle moving forward?
He was injured in practice. He'll be out for at least 3 weeks. And he's been inactive, so we've had a backup tackle, really the whole year. So we'll just move forward the way we've been moving forward.
Jesse, I don't know if this is a competitive thing, so if it is, obviously don't talk about it. But Jesse, at this point, would he be?
We have a plan for who the next guys would be at really all positions. So without going into game plan like you said.
Sure. And one last thing on this topic with Austin, I know you said you're comfortable with him at guard, and I know everything in the league is fluid. Could you see a scenario where you consider him not as an injury replacement, but as a left tackle again? Or do you and Lem and Chris have a pretty strong conviction now that guard is his home?
A lot of those guys have flexibility. If there's a need at a position, we'll make the move. We like what he's doing at guard. But the flexibility is always a good thing.
So Flo, last week too, it told us that he took mostly mental reps and rested his hand. What's the plan for this week relative to throwing as opposed to just mental reps?
He'll take most of the reps, practice.
So how is it? I know we'll get to talk to him later, but what's your perception of how it's doing?
I mean, again, he's got a fracture in the finger. There's discomfort. It takes a while for the bone to heal. I think we all understand that. He's had some time since the injury. Took some time, didn't throw all that much last week, which was, good from a healing standpoint, played in the game, and then we've had some time off since, so, more time equals more healing, so he's doing a little bit better. Still some discomfort, but we expect him to practice this week.
The Jets reportedly will start Joe Flacco. Your reaction?
He's been a good player in this league for a long time, smart, experienced. He's going to get try to get the ball to his to their go-to guys, and it'll be a challenge for us.
Brian, speaking of challenges, what is the challenge between developing players' positional flexibility and allowing them to kind of get comfortable at their, I guess, preordained spot?
Can you elaborate? What's the question again?
Where's the challenge between developing guys to play multiple positions versus letting them be get comfortable at their natural position and learn their natural position?
Well, there's only 48 spots on game day, so everyone's got to. I think you got to. Well, there's only 48 spots, so. And 3 are in the kicking game, so whatever, 22 on offense, 23 on defense, 11 guys on the field. So, if you want backups, then some guys have to play different positions. So I think I think we all understand that. So, some left tackles got to play right tackle, defensive tackle sometimes got to play defensive end, corners got to play safety. That's just kind of the nature of the game. If you can't play multiple positions, that hurts your ability to help the team. So that's why most guys play multiple positions.
Coach, you obviously have the 3 extra days this week because of the short week last week. Just what are some of the benefits of having this kind of mini bye to work off of going into the Jets game?
Opportunity to recharge the battery. More time to prepare for the next opponent, and hopefully we go out there and have a good practice.
So Xavier Howard, I believe he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Obviously, it's the second time he had a critical, game-changing type of forced turnover this season. Just in general, how do you feel like this season has gone?
X is obviously a big part of this team. From a leadership standpoint, and obviously as far as his play, I think he's played well. But I think for me and for us, we're just kind of focused on today. We celebrated his Player of the Week in the meeting this morning. Announced that this morning. Gave him a round of applause, and next thing he said was, "Let's get ready for the Jets." So.
With Jacoby, obviously was cleared to return last week. Has there been any regression to the point where there's a question of whether he would be available this Sunday, that you might have to prepare your developmental guy on the practice squad to be his backup?
No, I expect Jacoby to be ready.
One of the many great things about the defensive game plan last week was obviously Jerome, Duke Riley, Landon together for 14, 16 snaps. And I know, as explained yesterday by the assistants, Jerome's speed chasing Lamar obviously was a help there. As far as Jerome playing on the outside more, is that something that you and Josh have talked about? And you have obviously plenty of good edge guys, but is that something that you think has potential for more of Jerome outside, allowing you to play Duke and Landon more inside? Or is that just a Baltimore thing?
It's game plan specific every week. So the guys we feel like give us the best chance to have success on the field, that's who we put out there. So it's game plan specific.
Coach, is there anything defensively that you saw in the last two games that was not there before? Something that you have been able to build on in the last two games?
Can you ask that question again?
Yeah, I'm asking if you have seen anything different in the last two games defensively, since you have got good results that was not there before.
I just better execution.
Brian, how's Jared Doak's been doing in practice? We know he keeps being protected from poaching, but we haven't seen him in a game yet. Is he on your mind as a possibility?
I think Jared's doing a good job, on the practice squad, learning the game plan every week. Takes the approach that he's going to be out there, and that's good. We want that for all our everybody on the roster, and when his opportunity presents itself, I think he'll be ready.
Could this physicality help you without Malcolm Brown? I'm sure that's something obviously you guys have talked about.
I think we're always going to try to put the best players out there, guys who we feel like are going to help us. If we feel like that's Jared, then he'll be out there.
Brian, I think the Jets lead the NFL in yards per game over the past few weeks. Have you noticed anything that they've started to do differently later in the season to help kind of jumpstart?
I think they got I'm talking about offensively. They got a good O-line. They got good backs. They got some receivers who make some big plays. I think they've done a good job. White did a good job getting the ball, spreading the ball around and making some good decisions. So put all that together, and you get a lot of positive plays. So it's a big challenge for us. We got to do a good job really in all those areas: run game, pass defense, I should say, run defense, pass defense, screens, RPOs, play action, drop back, red zone, third down, and conversely all those things on offense, and obviously the kicking game.
And I know you say you go day by day, but do you as a coach look at the standings, look at the calendar, and look at your possibilities to maybe turn this season around at this point?
No. I'm focused on today.
Coach, the old adage says that, a team takes on the personality of their head coach, and this is your first go up against Robert Saleh for the Jets. What do you think that personality is of him, that the Jets kind of embody that type of play?
I know Rob. He's smart, tough, disciplined, intense, high energy. I think that, you see that from his team. So.
Okay, one more. You guys had Andrew Jones,
Go ahead.
you guys added Andrew Jones to the practice squad.
big body, tough. Liked some things on tape. We felt like he could help us. So we're excited to work with him.